Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Hey, you see this Jarett Hurd, man? He just took a loss. And let me tell you something. That loss that Jarett Hurd took tonight, I'm telling you, it's over for Jarett Hurd. And I'm not saying that in a way to make fun of Jarett Hurd or anything like that. But what I'm telling you is he's not the same. You know, he's used to coming in and overwhelming opponents and kind of having his way. But let me tell you, back when he was a unified champion, anyone Jarett Hurd got in the ring with, you'd have to give him the benefit of the doubt for getting the win, right? But watching Jarett Hurd tonight, it just made me feel very bad for him, because it seemed like he just didn't have any power on his shots. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't able to hurt the opponent. The opponent just kept coming and coming and coming, and that actually scares me, because I'm watching the fight and I'm saying to myself, what exactly is going on here with Jarett Hurd? Why can't he hurt this guy? And then Jarett Hurd, while I was watching the fight, I was thinking to myself, this man looks like, what's his name? Joe Joyce. You know Joe Joyce, his defense is questionable. And the same thing with Jarett Hurd. Not really much defense at all, except for getting the right hand up, trying to parry shots, block shots. But it was kind of eerie watching him in there just round by round, never really being able to kind of take off and get his shots off and do any damage. But I'm going to tell you something. That he reminds me a lot of Joe Joyce, kind of plodding along and just letting shots go. But the difference here is he was in the ring with somebody who out-staminaed him. Now, to have a guy out-stamina you? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, when someone out-staminas Jarett Hurd, that's the same thing as a heavyweight out-staminaing, it's not even a word, right? But out-staminaing Joe Joyce. It makes you say, how? I'm going to tell you, Jarett Hurd was in tough tonight. Very, very, very tough tonight. And I have to wonder about that guy that he was fighting, right? Let me tell you something. I have to wonder if that guy was on some kind of performance enhancements, man. To just see him just keep coming and chopping him down and chopping Jarett Hurd down and Hurd to hit him, and the guy just take the shot and keep coming forward, keep coming forward. It's just when I see a fighter perform like that in the ring, especially when they're unknown, it scares me. But the fighter was also out there with Manny Robles. It was a second fight with Manny Robles. The fighter was training, sparring with Virgil Ortiz. So the fighter did what he had to do to prepare himself, but I've never seen anyone out-stamina Jarett Hurd. I never seen anyone in a boxing match I've seen it before, but when it happens, when someone just keeps coming forward and forward, and just like, there's like nothing you can do can hurt the fighter. To me, that drives reason to question their preparation for the fight. But Jarett Hurd suffered a serious cut inside of his mouth. I saw when it happened, because I saw him doing this, and like the 7th or 8th round, and I was like, something's wrong with his mouth. But he had a really bad cut in his mouth. That's why they stopped it. But that being said, Jarett Hurd, he took, the amount of money he made tonight, it was less than $100,000, I believe. Something next to nothing. compared to what he's used to making. But he's just not the same. And fighting at 160 may be too much for him. You know what I mean? It just may be too much. His punches just may not carry the power at 160 that they did at 154. So that being said, good luck to Jarett Hurd, but I really think it's over for seeing him fighting at the elite level. He has a name. He's a gatekeeper. He reminds me of Joe Joyce, how he plods along, good stamina, takes a lot of shots, but he just wasn't able to pull off the win like Joe Joyce is able to. He's more settling into my opinion, like an Adrian Broner role. A big name, getting there with somebody who's going to fight you back, and this is what can happen. But I just would have to question, and again, that's what I like to do, man. I'd have to question his opponent being able to fight every second of every round and throw, 80, 90, 100 plus punches around, get hit, and just walk through everything and just be able to do what he did to Jarett Hurd. With that being said, y'all keep cool. But I do think Jarett Hurd, as far as getting an opportunity at a championship, I think it's over. You always, changing trainers and everything else. This is what I say. If you're gonna take a lion, at least try to make him into a pussycat. But if you're gonna take a lion and you're not gonna try to make him into a pussycat, but you're gonna try to change the way the lion operates, don't do that. Because he just wasn't himself. And you can say the opponent had a lot to do with it. I don't think so. I don't think so. But nonetheless, good fight. Very entertaining. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.